Good afternoon. It's late afternoon. I love it when the sun's out till late. Today's question I want to pose is, have you been taking time off for yourself? And this question is more pointed towards people who have been on the entrepreneurial path for at least 3 years, hopefully 5, maybe some 10, 15, 20. But I'm not talking to the people who just started yesterday, all right? The reason for that is when you just start, you need to be cranking, you need to be grinding, you need to be working all the time. For myself, I'm in year 7 of this path. And up till very recently, I was putting in 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day, especially in the beginning few years. First 3, 4 years were 12 plus hours easy, 14, 16 hours. And that's what is needed to get things running. Of course, there are always going to be exceptions to, I just only work 5 hours a day and all of a sudden I'm doing really well. But it's really not the way to do things, because if you're hoping for things to happen by doing less, especially in the beginning, the mindset, I believe, is wrong to achieve the goals you want to. And especially if you have lofty goals, which we all should have, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of obstacles, and for that reason alone, not many people are on the same path. And the entrepreneur path is very difficult. You are not going to just be able to hang out with people or your friends just because it's not a 9 to 5. After you clock out, there's still a lot of things you need to think about. There's always consistently fires to put out. It's a lot of responsibility. And although I don't have experience of having a child, I assume it's very similar in a sense, if not more, because I've been putting in 10 to 14, 16 hours a day, right? And when you have a child, I'm sure it is consistent, especially when they're newborns. You have to, be with them a lot more. And it's the same for a business that you start. You really have to put in everything you got. And just like a space shuttle, you need to put boosters on and get that booster running 100% until it gets to a certain point. And then, of course, I'm not saying you work less, but you work differently to produce the results you want to get. And once you get to that point, then again, it's never less work, but it's different work. More potentially delegation, getting systems in place, good software, things like that, and building a team that can help you achieve the goals you want to. And because the entrepreneurial path is a marathon, and it could be a lifelong marathon, you have to have time to rest up and rejuvenate before you get burned out. I have an issue of, pushing really hard and then going into burnout. And once you go into burnout, I'm really ineffective. The work I don't do, or should I say just, it's so difficult to get back into the zone. I do lose a week or 2 weeks to just acting like I'm working when the important things are not getting done. So what I've been doing, because that happens to me quite often, I am starting to become a lot more aware that, yes, I do need to take time off on a consistent basis so that I don't burn out. Now, this burnout can be, it's really difficult to get out of that funk once you're in it. And so taking time off, exercising your body, resting your mind, eating healthy are all very important things that we all need to do to keep healthy. And so again, going back to the question of today, have you been taking time off for yourself? Have you been taking time to spend time with the people you love? Have you taken time to think about things, meditate, write down all the goals you have and the reason you have those goals? And then once those are done, it's always good to get into the business. And what do you need to do in the business next? What are the most important tasks that you need to get done that you've been putting off? What kind of systems do you have to put in place? And if you're not a systems person, is there someone in your business that can help you? Or can you reach out to someone to help you with creating systems? Because having systems is extremely